Hey, how's it going? I got pretty lucky at Duke last video, huh? I just finished doing a bit over 300 Duke KC, and the collection log is looking pretty healthy. So far, out of the Desert Treasure 2 bosses, I've done about 300 Duke KC and about 500 Vard KC. There's still two more Desert Treasure 2 bosses I haven't tried yet, which is the Whisperer and Leviathan. I'm gonna hold off on the Whisperer though, because from what I heard, I haven't watched guides, but I heard that having a Venator bow is really useful here, and we don't have that yet, but I would like to get it eventually. So we're not gonna be doing Whisperer this video. You probably could already tell by the title that this video is gonna be focused on Leviathan. I don't really know how to do this boss. I've just done the one kill during the quest, which is the easier version of it. So I'm gonna go watch some guides and figure out a preliminary gear setup, and we'll figure this out together. Well, here I am. I am about to try my first post-quest Leviathan kill. Oh, wait, spawn, wait, no, I wasn't ready, crap. Something I've already learned from this first attempt is that during that special attack where I'm able to walk around and choose where the boulders get placed, the front couple of rows is not the best place for them. Oh, okay, that was really stressful. I feel like I sort of pushed myself into, oh, it starts again right away. Wait, how do I feel like I kind of accidentally pushed myself into the pool with that one, but let's go again. I got these tiles marked for the lightning special because if you time it correctly, you can run right through the lightning without taking any damage. I started off by just going in a 5-tick cycle, but I'm like, oh wait, I'm not using a crossbow, so I didn't actually have to go all the way to the other side. I kind of surprised myself. I didn't think I would get this first try. Now, before we continue on, I'm super excited to announce today's sponsor, Creator Crafted. Creator Crafted is made by OSRS players and is officially licensed by Jagex, which basically means Jagex supports what they're doing and is giving their blessing. They have a bunch of different LED light designs based on OSRS content, and they even sent me one so I could show it off. I got the house tab. I love it so much. It's super bright, and the LED lasts for 50,000 hours. Just for perspective, if you kept it on for 10 hours a day, it would last for more than 13 years. It comes with a stand if you want to place it on a table, and it also comes with a mounting kit in case you want to put it on your wall. They've got limited time releases for OSRS events like the Speedrun Cup and Deadman Mode, and they have mouse mats. Like I said, Creator Crafted is ran by OSRS players, and you probably know one of them, the YouTuber Crone. I get paid each time someone uses my code, so if you purchase anything, you're directly supporting me, and of course helping this company continue running to support more OSRS content creators in the future, myself included. This allows us to continue doing what we love while also providing professionally produced products you can't get anywhere else. Unlike traditional sponsors, instead of spending your money on a faceless company, you can instead spend it in a place where you know it'll be spread around to the OSRS community, to people that you like. More OSRS YouTubers being able to do this full time generally brings in more people to the game, and more people playing OSRS means an increased longevity for this game that we all know and love. It would mean a lot if you would check out the website, and maybe you'll find a gift to surprise your gaming buddies or someone else that you care about, or even just get a nice gift for yourself. You can use the link in the description or use the coupon code WILD10 for 10% off your order. And thank you so much to Creator Crafted for sponsoring this video. Cool. Okay, that I messed up a lot, so that one was really close. Wait, what was the last PB before? Okay, wow. Yeah, I learned some stuff, and then I also messed up a lot. So it's all a learning process though. I made it through with more food this time and the PB. It's still really stressful. This kill felt a lot better. I'm getting used to when the specials or what the specials are going to be, even though I still kind of messed up there because I'm learning how the pathing works. And then for the lightning special, this time I got into it without taking any damage, so I just got to figure out how to replicate that every time. But I'm liking the learning process so far. Dude, look how little food I used that time. That's awesome. I'm gonna go for a 2-kill trip. Actually, no, I might need more prayer pots, so I'm not gonna risk it, but yeah, dude, hell yeah. Let me use the detached camera plugin to do this real quick. The special attacks, the lightning and then the falling rocks, they alternate back and forth each time you stun Leviathan, but there's a way to figure out which one the first one is going to be, and that's based on where the debris is thrown at the start of the fight. So if it's going to be on the east or the west side, then it's going to be lightning. If it's the north or south side, then it's going to be, what am I going to call it? Rocks, I guess. Hopefully I'll eventually memorize this, but just for now, this will help. So if my calculations are correct, we should get debris for the first special attack here. Let's see. Yep. Oh, there's the sacred tablet. Sweet, that's the teleport to get to Leviathan faster. Did I just say Sacred Tablet, Scar Tablet? Sorry, I'm still under a lot of stress. No more Amulet of the Eye. I can start using the Ring of Shadows to get there. We'll use that on that. I've unlocked the teleport. That's going to be option 3, the Scar, and it takes us over here. Okay, that's not like a massive time save, but still nice. Hey, it's a PB 231. Where's the loot? Oh, it's okay. All right, now I will try to go for the 2-kill trip. Oh, I could definitely do it. I did it, the 2-kill trip. Sick. Oh, there's a perfect kill too. That's the 50% extra loot. Ooh, that kill was a PB again. Yo, that was a 3-kill trip. Oh, it's gonna be a 4-kill trip. Actually, no, it's not. I don't have enough prayer, maybe. Yeah. Well, 3-kill trip, I'm super satisfied with that. I did get supply drops for all the kills though, so. Ooh, with the other bosses, it was costing me around 200k GP, but here it's only 60k. No. Part of the learning process is recognizing your mistakes and taking action so that you hopefully don't make those mistakes again. I found this Leviathan guide, which I'll link in the description, and he had all these tile markers placed for the rock special attack. So you start, when the rocks come out, you go to the first tile and then you just walk like that. And no matter where I'm at in the room, I should always be able to make it to tile 1 for one of these. I know it looks like a mess, but I really do think that this is going to help me out a lot. And from what I've seen, it seems like almost every person that's really camping out Leviathan has a lot of tile markers all over the place. So it's not just me, I swear. Well, we got the rock special here, so I'm going to hit him and then let's go to this tile and we'll see how this goes. Okay. Okay. I'm holding out control, by the way, so I can walk. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Yo, that's awesome. Okay, one more time. Let's see how this goes. Again, holding down control so I can walk. I'm not going to click the boss. Nice, nice. Wait, what? I'm stuck here. Bro, what? Oh, it's not good. Wait, will I get pushed out here? Oh my god. Jesus. I had both my Ring of Shadows on me, so I have to take the further run to get there. Oh my god, I'm dying so much. Uh-oh, shark stack is below 10k. I'm gonna run out of food, man. Wait, that didn't save me. Wait. Wait a second. I'll have to adjust that. I sort of adjusted them all to make them all kind of the same pattern and all the same amount of tiles. They're all 10 tiles now, so hopefully this works. First off, that was a 3-kill trip without any supply drops until now. And secondly, I could do another kill probably, but I'm just gonna leave because I want to show Spook Dog just got 92 construction. Which, well, that's cool in itself because that's halfway to 99, but also on the Duo GIM high scores, we've been hovering around rank 22 or 23 for a while, but now we're 21, and once she logs off, we're gonna be on the front page of the Duo GIM high scores. I don't really show the Duo GIM high scores too much because at this point the ranks don't move around very often, so it makes it that much more special when something exciting does happen. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh snap, the bossing info plugin is tracking the bossing info for this. It wasn't working for Vard or for Duke. I don't know if it's just because this is a different boss or just because they update this plugin to work for all 4 of the new bosses, but either way, Leviathan is in here now. Hey, I've just been running laps all night, but let's go back over to the high scores. We were ranked 21 before. Let's go refresh to the front page and scroll down, rank 20. We'll see how long we end up staying on the front page for. There's never really any guarantees with this kind of stuff. Ooh, a game update, and I got a new music track too. So I was looking at the game update. It is just some more changes to DT2, or the bosses from DT2. There's a chest you can now turn your extra quartz into and get some loot, like you can see Dragon Plate Skirts, Dragon Dart Tips, Soul Runes. And there's some minor changes, it looks like, to all the bosses. I don't know if anything is really worth pointing out. With Duke, they changed something with the vent attack, so it's not random anymore. So that sounds pretty cool. And yeah, nothing really too important. I was doing agility like all last night. You could see all the marks of grace I got, but yeah, I'm gonna go back to Leviathan. Oh, something they changed that wasn't this way before is that when you cast the shadow spell on Leviathan, I'm gonna take some damage here, you get magic XP for like the splash damage, which you didn't get yesterday. Wait, so what do I do in this situation? I just have to teleport out, right? I can't do anything. For the rock special attack, I learned that you actually have a tick between each of the rocks that are thrown out in which you're able to attack the boss or even just stand still. And like you can see here, that means rocks will get thrown on top of each other, which means you'll end up with less rocks on the ground overall, which now explains why the number of rocks thrown each time slightly varies. It's just based on how many in-between ticks you stand still. It was a 4-kill trip with no supply drops. Hey, there's an Awakener's Orb. Leviathan, I'm just checking the wiki, that is 1 in 53.6. Ooh, new PB, 215. Ooh, another PB, 209. Hey, another Awakener's Orb, nice. Let's go through a full kill of the boss fight now like I've done for the other DT2 bosses. Well, I've done Vard and Duke so far, so this will be the third one. It's kind of funny because I was already showing some of the more niche mechanics of the boss before actually going through the full boss fight for you guys, but hopefully it's all going to make sense one way or another. Leviathan throws a volley of orbs at you to prey against, and the speed and combat styles of the orbs follow in order every time. So the first volley will be 3-tick mage and range attacks, and then after that volley of attacks there's going to be falling rocks and you have to step a tile over. And wherever you were standing, there will be a permanent rock there for the rest of the fight. And something to keep in mind is that you can't attack from behind the rocks. Your character will have to path around them. Eventually the attacks get overwhelming and you could set it back by casting a shadow spell on the boss. And for me, I always, at the start of the fight, I do it after the third volley of attacks. You could bring a weapon that can auto-cast Ancients, but auto-casting is a tick slower than manual casting. It's the same amount of clicks. You can resize spell icons, so manually casting is even easier, and the staff takes up an inventory slot, so I just don't see the point. Once you use the shadow spell, you have to run behind the boss and hit it from behind. You really have to hurry and do it as soon as possible though, like you really got to rush here. And that hit is always going to be like a critical hit. It's not necessarily going to be your max hit, but it's going to be good. As I'm running over, this is when I look to see where the rocks have fallen. In this case, they're on the east and west side, which I very conveniently have labeled as lightning, so I know that that's the first special. Right before the attack, it also says in the chat box if it's lightning or debris, and it always alternates each time you do the shadow spell. So during the fight, if you ever forget which special is coming next, you can check the chat box to see what the last one was. Now, how do I get into the lightning running thing? It's very simple. You just do 3 hits with the Bofa and then run as soon as the XP drop from the third hit happens, or where it would happen if you missed. That probably just works because I'm using a 4-tick weapon, so if you're using a 5-tick weapon, I don't know, I'm sure you could figure out the timing. It doesn't really matter much because once you start running back and forth, you'll always fall into cycle. This is just how to avoid the initial damage, just to not take 1 hit at the start. If you're using a 5-tick weapon, then you'll run back and forth between the 2 yellow tiles. If you're using a 4-tick weapon, then you could start from either yellow tile, and then you attack 2 tiles in from the yellow tile before you turn around. And we have the next volley of attacks, and for the rest of the fight, I use the shadow spell after just 1 volley. During the volleys, I try to stay as far back in the room as possible because of that guaranteed rock that's going to stay on the ground. You don't want that to get in the way later on. The next special is going to be the debris, and as I'm running behind, I pick out a group of tile markers that doesn't have any rocks blocking the path, so I know exactly where I'm going to be going. I mentioned before that I use control click to walk, and the way I hold control is I use like my pinky knuckle. Here, I'll draw it out for you so you can see it better. So imagine this is your left hand with the palm facing towards you. This is the part I use, the palm knuckle of the pinky. Now back to the fight. I do the critical hit behind the boss. I run to tile 1, I do a hit, I wait for a tick or 2, then walk 2 tiles, hit, walk 3 tiles, hit, then walk the second row while waiting for the explosion, and then we're back in business, baby. You don't need your overhead on during either of the special attacks, and this cycle just keeps on repeating. One volley of attacks, shadow spell, then special attack, and then back to one volley of attacks again, and so on, until you get the boss to 180 HP, which is where Leviathan enters its enrage mode. At that point, a white sphere will spawn in the northwest corner, although if it's blocked by rocks, then it'll spawn northeast. And when you see the boss getting close to 180 HP, then you want to be prepared to head there as soon as it spawns. The sphere will greatly increase your damage and accuracy, and if you're not next to the sphere, the boss will hit through your prayer and you'll get shredded. You want to stay slightly ahead of the sphere, and you'll know the effect is working when your character is glowing green. Forgot to mention this before, but you never want to be on an inner tile directly next to the boss, otherwise it can melee you, and the same goes for during the enrage phase. Try to stay on the second or third row. Also worth mentioning that if you have a web weaver bow, the special attack practically just skips the enrage phase. You use 2 special attacks and you just end the fight right there. I'm still new to this boss though, so just a disclaimer to keep in mind. This is not the efficient way to kill the boss or the meta or anything like that. This is just what I've been doing and it's been working for me. And maybe you'll even learn 1 or 2 new things from what I've been doing, which you can then apply into the method that you've been doing for Leviathan. I gotta try out some other stuff though, because I want to see what the dark bow or the ACB or the blowpipe can do during various parts of the fight. Oh, I just realized that was a PB 201. Just keeps getting better and better. Wait, that felt really fast. Was that another PB? Oh my god, back-to-back PBs, no way. That's sick. Sub 2 minute. Wow, so the cost of the Anguish went down below 10 mil, so instead of costing 50k for the Anguish, it's only 5k. 100kc at the Leviathan. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stay here for, or I kind of don't even know why I'm here in the first place, but I still don't mind it. It's alright so far. Once again, I just spent a while doing agility. I got 86 marks of grace between last night and this morning, so it was a pretty good session, but now I'm all pumped up and ready to go back to Leviathan. I brought the blowpipe to try out using it during the enrage phase because, like I mentioned before, the sphere increases your accuracy and damage, and the blowpipe being low accuracy is really what makes it suck in general nowadays, but in this case it really shreds. It was fun to try out using it for a few trips, but in the end I decided against bringing it because it's just so much clicking for slightly more DPS, and I also end up taking a lot more damage overall during the enrage phase. Of course the spec from it heals, but even taking into account the blowpipe specs, I was still taking more damage than just chilling with the Bofa. No way! Tramium got number 3, which means I can make the first ring. I have 1 vestige, which is for the mage ring, so I don't know if I'm actually going to make it. I haven't done any research into all the rings, so maybe it'd be better off waiting until we get a different one first. So yeah, I'm just going to wait and I'll see what I'm going to do later on. We'll decide. But yeah, there's all 3 of them. It's 3 per ring. And it looks like for Leviathan, the odds of rolling the unique table is 1 in 96. So I was about due for something at this point. I am back at the Arty rooftops and I just got a virtual agility level 100, almost 14.4 mil XP. Hey, there's the smoke quartz. That means I'm 3 out of 4 of the quartzes now because I just haven't done Whisper yet, but sweet, dude, 163 KC. And in case you didn't know, each of these quartz is an upgrade to the Ancient Scepter, which I have 1 of, but then I also have 3 Ancient Icons, so I will be able to make all 4 of them eventually. And then 1 more hit, that is a virtual hit points level of, oops, okay, I'm gonna mess up here, of 114, which is 57 million XP, and that is still the highest skill on my account. And I am now only a very modest 180 hours of training combat away from the next virtual hit points level. I'm just now getting a good close-up look at this boss for the first time, and dude, this thing is actually terrifying. I'm so glad there's nothing like this that exists in real life. Awakener's Orb, they are going up in value. This says 3.5 mil. On the ground it says 3.95 mil. Jeez. Yeah, I'm going to put a few more in Death's Coffer. In case you haven't already seen this, I wanted to show you these leeches that are in the scar. You can feed them an item and they'll take the name of whatever item you give them. I thought this one was funny, Hell Puppy Leech. I'll just show you how this works. I'll feed a shark to this one. I won't get rid of the Hell Puppy one, but I'll feed a shark to this one. There's a confirm option, so yes, give it a shark. Oh, there's like a double confirm option, yes. And now it's Shark Leech. And you can feed any item to these guys as long as the item doesn't have a destroy option. So you actually can give them your pet. It'd be funny to see one called Fighter Torso Leech. There's 200 Leviathan KC. Oh, I'm just realizing I got a PB last kill. Kind of wish I had realized that earlier and told you a little bit earlier, but there you go. For this elite clue step, you have to equip the Ring of Visibility, but now once you've done DT2, you actually have to wear the Ring of Shadows to be able to see it instead, which probably kind of sucks if you're a UIM, because then you have to buy the Ring of Shadows every time you get this clue step, which costs 75k, which sounds really annoying. So if I was in that position, I would instead choose to keep the ring in my bank. There's Smoke Quartz number 2. I changed it up a little bit and I started waiting until after the 1-tick mage and range attacks to stun Leviathan. And I mean, it's alright, I can definitely do it, but it's just annoying to do it for hours and hours on end, so I'll probably just go back to stunning after the 2-tick attacks with all 3 styles. Although a benefit of waiting for later phases of the attacks before stunning is that you don't have to use as much stamina potion because you're spending more time just standing around. A fun fact I noticed, if you want to look at my chat box, is that the crystal armor doesn't seem to degrade at Leviathan. I checked my armor before and after I took chip damage and it didn't degrade, and then I checked it before and after I purposely, of course, took a hit from the orb and it still didn't degrade. And there is another Awakener's orb. That was really fast. 144, holy dude. And this is 300 KC at Levi. I'm gonna just finish up this trip though. So I'll get a couple more kills and then my time will come to an end at this boss. And last kill of Leviathan, I will grab my chips and dip on out of here. Out of the 3 DT2 bosses I've done so far, I think this one's probably the hardest. It's definitely, well for me at least, the hardest one to get perfect kills at. I have to actually like put in effort and pay attention if I want to get a perfect kill. But so far with learning all the DT2 bosses, they've all kind of had the same feeling where it's like when I start learning them, I kind of want to just give up because it's really tough at the start, but you gotta stick through with it for a few kills because it does get easier, and the learning curve I think is really well designed and is like purposely made to be like that. As for the loot, I could not ask for better numbers, like about 300 KC and about 30 mils. That's 100k GP per kill, and that's without getting lucky on the special rare drops. This is like pretty much as average as you can get, really. And then in the bossing info plugin, you could see that at least today I averaged 17 kills per hour. I was kind of going pretty full focus today though. So I think over time I'd probably drop down closer to 15 or maybe even slightly less with clue scrolls and birdhouse runs. And then for the average speed, we have to go to this thing, and my average kill speed was 233. And so if I'm getting 17 KC per hour, that would mean 1.7 mil per hour, or you could round down to take out supplies. So we could say 1.5 mil per hour with not including the super rare uniques. I also kept track of the range XP that I gained during this video, and that was 2.2 mil from 300 kills. That's about 7,300 range XP per kill, and if we multiply that by 17 kills per hour, then that means I averaged 124k range XP per hour. And that pretty much checks out, look at that. And then for the hit points XP, I would have to guess it's probably a third of that. Wow, that's crazy. 40k hit points XP per hour. And then in the background, during my chill time, I was just doing agility, and all the agility XP I gained throughout the video was 336k. It was really inefficient though, so this is probably like 10 hours of agility, and that's about 20 hours of Leviathan this video, and here is the collection log. I'll probably just end up trying out Whisper next video, even though I said I wanted to wait till Venator Bow, but I at least want to try it out. I feel like kind of obligated to after having done the other 3 bosses 3 videos in a row. So I'll probably do at least a little bit of Whisper next video. But with that said, make sure to check out my duo teammate SpookDog's channel, linked below in the video description, and you could check out her progress towards maxing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you again next time.